This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Air pollution is one of the most dire environmental problems in the world right now. Constant exposure to it poses incredibly high risks of health issues and premature deaths to the world's population. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be talking about the 10 states where air pollution is severe that makes everyone worry. If you're new here, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications bell to get updates whenever we post. Air pollution is contamination of the indoor and outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristics of the atmosphere. Household combustion devices, motor vehicles, industrial facilities, and forest fires are common sources of air pollution. Pollutants of major public health concern include particulate matter, carbon monoxide, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. Outdoor and indoor air pollution cause respiratory and other diseases and is an important source of morbidity and mortality. How air pollution is destroying our health. Around the world, 9 out of 10 people breathe unhealthy air. Air pollution is now the biggest environmental risk for early death, responsible for more than 6 million premature deaths each year from heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, and respiratory diseases. That's more than the deaths from AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria combined. Children, the elderly, people with existing diseases, and minority and low-income communities are particularly vulnerable to adverse health outcomes and economic impacts such as missed workdays from exposure to air pollution. Research suggests that long-term exposure to some pollutants increase the risk of emphysema more than smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. The recent studies show air pollution can impact mental health, worker productivity, and even stock market performance. These 10 places I'm about to tell you have a very concerning air pollution that'll make you to worry. Number 1. SUMQAYIT, Azerbaijan. This area gained the dubious distinction of landing atop the Blacksmith Institute's list of the world's most polluted sites. Yet, another heir to the toxic legacy of Soviet industry, a city of 275,000 bears heavy metal, oil, and chemical contamination from its days as a center of chemical production. As a result, locals suffer cancer rates 22 to 51% higher than their countrymen, and their children suffer from a host of genetic defects ranging from mental retardation to bone disease. As much as 120,000 tons of harmful emissions were released on an annual basis, including mercury, says Richard Filler, founder of Blacksmith, an environmental health organization based in New York City. There are huge untreated dumps of industrial sludge. Number 2. Chernobyl, Ukraine. The fallout from the world's worst nuclear power accident continues to accumulate, affecting as many as 5.5 million people and leading to a sharp rise in thyroid cancer. The incident has also blighted the economic prospects of surrounding areas and nations. Number 3. Zhejiang, Russia. The 300,000 residents of the center of Cold War chemical manufacturing have one of the lowest life expectancies in the world, thanks to waste injected directly into the ground. The average life expectancy is roughly 45 years, says Stefan Robinson, a director at Green Cross Switzerland, an environmental group that collaborated on the report. 15 to 20 years less than the Russian average and about half of Westerners. Number 4. KABWE, ZAMBIA. The second largest city in the southern African country was home to the world's largest lead smelters until 1994. As a result of that industry, the entire city is contaminated with the heavy metal, which can cause brain and nerve damage in children and fetuses. Number 5. La Oroya, Peru. Although this is one of the smallest communities on the list, with a population of about 35,000, it's also one of the most heavily polluted because of extensive lead, copper, and zinc mining by the US-based Doe-run mining company. Number 6. LINFEN, China. A city in the heart of China's cold region in Shaanxi province, LINFEN is home to 3 million inhabitants who choke on dust and air pollution and drink arsenic that leaches from the fossil fuel. Number 7. NORILSK, Russia. This city above the Arctic Circle contains the world's largest metal smelting complex and some of the planet's worst smog. There is no living piece of grass or shrub within 30 kilometers of the city, Fuller says. Contamination with heavy metals has been found as much as 60 kilometers away. Number 8. Sukinda, India. Home to one of the world's biggest chromite mines. Chromite makes steel stainless, among other uses, and 2.6 million people. The waters of this valley contain carcinogenic hexavalent chromium compounds, courtesy of 30 million tons of waste rock lining the Brahmani River. Number 9. Tianyang, China. The center of Chinese lead production, this town of 160,000 has lead concentrations in its air and soil that are 8.5 to 10 times those of the national health standards. The concentrations of lead dusting the local crops are 24 times too high. Number 10. VAPI, India. This town at the end of India's industrial belt in the state of Gujarat houses the dumped remnant waste of more than 1,000 manufacturers, including petrochemicals, pesticides, pharmaceuticals, and other chemicals. The companies treat wastewater and get most of the muck out, says David Hanrahan, Blacksmith's London-based director and global operations. But there's nowhere to put the muck, so it ends up getting dumped. Air pollution and climate change are linked. Air pollution is causing the climate to change, and climate change is also causing air quality to change. Because of climate warming, the Earth experiences more extreme weather, such as heat waves and drought, which can negatively impact air quality. Heat waves cause an increase in ground-level ozone pollution because the chemical reactions that create ozone in the atmosphere occur more often in hot temperatures. During heat waves, areas of high pressure create stagnant air that concentrates air pollutants in one area. Prolonged higher temperatures due to climate warming often lead to drought conditions where forest fires, which release carbon monoxide and particulates, are more common. Dry, dusty air during periods of hot weather also increases the amount of particulate pollution. How can we help reduce air pollution? Our atmosphere is a protective layer of gases surrounding Earth. It can be polluted by natural sources, like when a volcano erupts and spews gases into the air. But human activity also pollutes the atmosphere. Often, pollutants are released as byproducts of our daily activities, like using motor vehicles and producing energy in power plants. Here are a few ways that we can protect ourselves and other species from the harmful effects of air pollution. Use our vehicles less. We can take public transportation, ride a bike, or walk whenever possible. This will reduce the amount of pollutants emitted into the air. If you drive, keep your car in good shape. Make sure your tires are properly inflated and keep the pollution control equipment on your car in good working order. Use less polluting, reformulated gasoline, and when you fill up, don't top off your tank. The extra gasoline that evaporates contributes to smog and contains toxic pollutants. Walk or use the bike. 45% of the ozone precursors and 38% of the particulate matter emitted in Europe comes from transport. On average, 1 out of 3 journeys we do by car is only to go as far as 2 kilometers. Replacing a car ride by walking or using the bicycle not only helps reduce traffic but also emissions. Don't burn your garbage. Burning your household garbage is dangerous to your health and our environment, and generally against the law in Minnesota. If you're still using a burn barrel, wood stove, or a fire pit for your trash, it's time for a change. Plant and care for trees. Trees filter pollutants and absorb carbon dioxide. Trees also release oxygen into the atmosphere and help cool our homes. Switch to electric or hand-powered lawn equipment. Gas-powered engines like those in lawn mowers and leaf or snow blowers often lack pollution control devices. An hour running a lawnmower can produce nearly the same amount of pollution as a 100-mile car trip. Use hand-powered or electric lawn care equipment instead. What we do in our environment have a major impact not only on our health but for the world. Helping the Earth to have a cleaner air is the best thing we can contribute right now. It's never too late to fix it for health and for the future. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.